Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining me. In my last video, I talked a little bit about the transition from going from a 3D state to a 5D state, and I talked about raising your vibration. And I said I would explain that a little bit more. So that's what this video is going to be about, is raising your vibration. And vibration is the energy field that surrounds your body. So quantum physics has actually proven that there's an energy that surrounds us. It's within us, and it surrounds around our body, and it actually extends beyond our body, and that's people call that your aura. And so that's why some people get sensitive when you get too close to them. They don't like their space invaded. Some people do like it. But you have this energy field around you, and you can do more research on that online. But so that's where your vibration is held. The Earth's magnetic resonance, which is something they can measure, and I've seen different studies on that. But the Earth's resonance, or how it vibrates, so the Earth's magnetic resonance vibrates at the same frequency that our hearts and our rhythm brainwaves resonate. So as the people on Earth's vibration rises, so does the vibration of the Earth. And as the Earth rises, so does the vibration of the people. So they're both rising together, and they have been steadily rising over the last few years. And there's been studies showing that it's actually gone up. So I want to explain to you some ways that you can make sure that your vibration is as high as it can be. There are a lot of influences out there trying to keep our vibration low. People or entities that have power benefit from the population being in a low vibration. That's how they get their source of energy, is by feeding off of our low vibrational energy. That's how they get their sustenance. So that's been their agenda, to keep us in a low state of vibration. So they've created what we're dealing with today. They've created our mentality, and they've created the systems we have in place that's caused us to function in the low vibration. So some ideas of when you're in the low vibration, you're in a state of anger, you're in resentment, you feel guilty, you're mad, you're depressed, all those stressed, anything like that, and a negative thing is in a lower vibration. So to be in a higher vibration, you want to think on a higher level. So you want to be happy, and you want to be giving. You want to have gratitude. You want to be kind. You want to be loving. You want to give joy. You want to have passion. You want to give forgiveness and acceptance. So those are things that would raise your vibration. And if you're in that state more often than not, you're going to raise your vibration and resonate at that higher vibration. And by doing that, you're helping the Earth and everybody else raise at a higher vibration. So other things that can help you raise higher would be to walk in nature, breathing deeply. If you consciously breathe deeply and really process that, that's a very good technique. Laughing, smiling, hugging, dancing, grounding with the earth, just being in nature is excellent. Walking barefoot is excellent. I know I always walk barefoot. I didn't realize why, but that is just very grounding. Eating whole vegetables and plants. Way too much processed food. We eat way too much food that is awful for us. We eat stuff that's not even really food. All of that is damaging our body. It's damaging our organs. It's damaging our vibration, our electric field, and it's causing us to not be able to function at our highest levels. Listening to relaxing music, being creative, all the things that make you happy and enjoy are the things that are going to raise the vibration. Fortunately, the people in charge or the people in power have been very creative in finding ways to keep our vibration low. As I said, it benefits them. That's how they get their energy, is by feeding off of our low vibration. They cannot live and function in the higher states. That's why we want to be in a higher state, because we want to get rid of those negative entities that are here controlling us. As we rise up in higher vibration, and as the planet rises up, those negative or evil entities will not be able to survive here, and they'll have to leave or die off. So that is the goal, and that's what we're trying to do, is to get that to happen. Very successful in keeping us in a low vibration, and what they've done is they've created the world we live in. They've made it so that we have to work for a living. That was never the intention of any of us as we started our soul journeys. It was always to be creative and learn and grow, not to be a slave to money and to be fearful and to be in debt. So just the way that we live here on this planet is very controlling, because it makes us stressful, it makes us work for a living, it makes us tired. If we don't pay our bills, it gives us anxiety. There's lots of negative feelings that keeps us in that low vibration. And then they use peer pressure to make you feel guilty, thinking, oh, I need a bigger house, or I need a bigger car, or I need the newest cell phone, or I need to get cable, or I need to dress like this, I need this brand. And they're constantly bombarding you with things that think that you need to upgrade or get better or do better. And if I just had this, I would be okay. And if I just had this, this would be better. So you're never satisfied, and they keep that going around in the consciousness. And so nobody's ever happy. They're never satisfied. They're always negative. They're always in that negative vibration. Very successful at keeping us in that way. They've been successful in perpetuating the ideas of race discrimination, of female and male discrimination, of all kinds of discrimination that I specifically think is not coming from our personal beings. I think it's been orchestrated and sold to us through different means, through TV or news or whatever. And I think it's been orchestrated, and over the last few hundred years, that's what we believe, that's what we've been taught, and so that's what we believe, and we've perpetuated that belief system. And so without even knowing why, people are prejudiced. They don't really have a reason to be prejudiced, but they just are, and that stems from that that ingenious way that the evil entities have been taken advantage of our system. So again, the idea is to raise your vibration, to be in a more positive, loving state. And there's lots of ways to do that. It's, like I said, not as easy as it sounds. Another way the negative entities have really damaged us and is hurting us is our food. Most of our food is not good for you. It is not healthy. It is not something that we would have naturally eaten. And a lot of it has chemicals that are hurting us too, and it makes us so we're not able to connect with our third eye. We're not able to connect with our higher self, and that's their whole plan. They don't want us to ascend. They don't want us to resonate at a higher vibration, because then that doesn't serve their needs. They poison the air. They've poisoned the water with the fluoride. They poison the plants with pesticides. They've done so many things, and they sell it as a good thing. So you think it's a good thing they're doing, and over all these years they've perpetuated that it's for the best, and we've bought it because that's what we've known. And that goes back to the part of moving up to a 4 and 5D state, is you stop believing what you've been told, and you start thinking for yourself and start doing some research. And when you start looking into what they do with those chemicals and what those chemicals are and what's in the food they give us, and when you look at what happens when you eat certain things, you really start to question, why on earth are we doing that? And then you start to question, why did they tell us they're doing that? And then you look into and find out that they've done some awful things, and they don't even care. They just cover it up, or they manufacture a lie, and it gets very, very disheartening. And that again keeps us in a state of low vibration. They perpetuate and make tragedies happen. They make situations like 9/11 happened. All of that was orchestrated to distract us and to keep us in a low vibration. And it works. It works because we let it. We watch the news, we watch the media, we watch stars who endorse a lot of this stuff. I'm just as guilty. There's a lot of TV people and movie stars I like, but if you listen to the stuff they endorse and stand behind, and then when you do research on some of that stuff, you wonder why they stand behind that. What is it that what is the real agenda? And sometimes they don't know. They don't know either. So again, learning to think for yourself and getting some information and getting information from your higher self is where we need to be headed. And we need to learn to take care of ourselves, to heal ourselves, and to work together as a collective, working together. But we need to get rid of the lower vibration entities. We need to get rid of that negative influence. We need to stop that whole system. And it is going to be a total restructuring of thinking. And when we go to 5D, it will be a total restructuring of thinking. And I, for one, am so excited for it. I'm ready for it. And I don't know exactly what it'll look like. I don't know when it'll happen. But when that happens, when we move to 5D, anybody who's in a 3D state, or those evil entities who can't live or survive in a 5D state, will not be going with us to the 5D planet. They will keep resonating on their 3D state, and they will be living in fear and anger and frustration, and they'll keep living in that state until they learn their lessons and learn to ascend and learn to be in a more loving, giving, happy kind of vibration. So I'm just trying to give you a heads up that that's what you want to do. You want to constantly be in a loving state, constantly always try to look at the good in people, constantly question things that you're told, especially things on the news. The news reports what the negative entities let them report. They don't talk about everything that's happening. They talk about the things that are going to cause anxiety. They talk about the things that are going to cause you stress. They might throw in a good-natured thing here or there, but for the most part, they talk about things that are stressful and give you anxiety that you can't do anything about. So I would suggest the first thing you do is quit watching the news and focus more on your own personal growth, meditate, focus on that kind of information, maybe do some research. There's tons of research online you can do, but raising your vibration can be very simple. Some ways to raise your mind vibration would be to meditate, show appreciation and gratitude, to help others, to stop watching TV, think your own thoughts, and to be out in nature, to stretch and to move, to do some yoga, to do some sports, to do something, get out there and move, to detox, get rid of those chemicals in your body. You know, all the fake food that we eat is not good. And you want to ingest plants as food and medicine. The prescription drugs we're on are awful. And again, that's been perpetuated and sold to us, and we want that instant healing, and so we use that. Stop using that and go back to some natural remedies with plants. To breathe consciously, to think about your breath, and to use that in meditation. You need to rest, really rest, and in today's society that's really difficult, especially when you're working a job and you have a family and you've got all these commitments. You don't take time to rest, or when you think, oh good, I got 6 hours of sleep, that's not enough. You need time to really rest and to really have time for yourself, and we don't do that. Okay, so that's what raising your vibration means, and you want to be in a conscious state of that, and you want to try and keep your vibration at a high level and always be in a loving and grateful state. If you have any questions on any of this or any comments you'd like to make, I can't wait to hear from you, and I'll see you next time with love and light.